So these two seem to be underrated in the Percure series. When I mean underrated, they are not talked about enough, to my knowledge. Like a lot of Percure characters and villains, I didn't know about them until looking them up in the wiki fandom and seeing them listed, and since we're now talking about the Gogo villains, there are villains, so we shall talk about them here. Since they are a duo and have less info, I'll do them together. Their names are Isohgin and Yadokhan. So let's get on with their information, starting with Isohgin. Isohgin is one of the Nightmare duo from Eternal that are said to be the best hunters there. He is the tall one of the two and mostly just repeats what Yadokhan says. Together, the two of them transform into a sea anemone on a hermit crab, with Isohgin being the sea anemone on top. Isohgin is from the 5th season of Percure, yes, Percure 5 Gogo. He made his debut in episode 25 with Yadokhan. He comes from Eternal and is voiced by Yuichi Nakashima, who is credited as Cho. Isohgin is a tall man with brown skin, a red rope around his head, and short purple hair. He wears a grayish robe with orange ropes and sandals. His monster form is a sea anemone, and he is on top of Yadokhan's human crab form. He has a calm and reserved approach, and usually repeats what Yadokhan says. He is proven to be a swift and efficient person, able to steal things in a matter of seconds. In his true form, he is aggressive and savage. In the organization, their room was arranged to have 2 desks, and Bumby was upset over suddenly having 2 bosses. In their first appearance, Isohgin and Yadokhan worked together to seal the Rose Pact in a matter of seconds, but they were defeated by the Cures, who were helped by Syrup and Milky Rose. When Princess Crepe was given a farewell party hosted by the Cures, the duo suddenly showed up. They turned the ribbon from the present into a Hoshina, stole the Rose Pack, and even kidnapped Crepe. However, they were defeated after the Cures finished off the Hoshina with Rainbow Rose Explosion. His last appearance was in episode 38, along with his partner. Instead of using a Hoshina, they decided to attack using their power. They were so strong that they managed to tangle the 5 main Cures, which prevented Milky Rose from attacking. But they were eventually both destroyed by Dream and Milky Rose, who combined the power of the Red Rose and Blue Rose. I'm not going to go over the Yadokhan story since it says the exact same thing as Isohgin. Yadokhan is the partner of Isohgin and the small, fat one of the hunter duo. Together, the two of them transform into a sea anemone and a hermit crab, with Yadokhan being the hermit crab on the bottom. Yadokhan is from the 5th season of Percure, yes, Percure 5 Gogo. He debuted in episode 25 with Isohgin. He comes from Eternal and is voiced by Kenji Nomura. He is a short, stout man with bluish-purple hair, a hunchback, a dark green garment with orange-red rims, and red inner clothing. His monster form is a hermit crab, with Isohgin as a sea anemone on top of him. Yadokhan has a calm and reserved approach. He mainly does the talking. Although he is also very short of words, he is fast, crafty, and efficient thief. In his true form, he is aggressive and savage. Fact 1. Isohgin's name comes from the Japanese word Isogingi, or Isoginchaku, which means sea anemone. Fact 2. Yadokhan's name comes from the Japanese word Yadokari, which means hermit crab. Fact 3. In episode 25, the duo brought themselves ice cream cones. With many scoops while watching the cheers, Isohgin brought several scoops of plain vanilla as an opposite to his partner who brought one of every flavor. Yadokhan brought one of every flavor as opposite to his partner who brought several scoops of vanilla instead. That probably made no sense to you. Fact 4, both hunters are able to breathe underwater. Fact 5, they have a compatibility friendship with Bumby after the abuse he received from Nebutakos. And that is Isohgin and Yadokhan. Next time, I'll talk about the mushroom old lady, Shibrieta. That looks like a Bruja Madrina, so see you next time.